Hi, this is Jessica with Dining Traveler, and welcome to Dining Traveler Cooking Series, where we try recipes from our favorite destinations at home. And I like to kick off the year with my beloved Puerto Rico. And I learned how to make quesitos this summer with Chef Xiomara Bermudez. You guys probably saw the video. And I loved bringing this recipe back to my new home in Brussels. And what I did was I scaled the recipe down a little and made it easy for folks to make at home. And I also added a little tiny surprise, Guava, Quesitos de Guayaba, delicioso. So let's get started. So let's go over the ingredients really quick. We have puff pastry, we have guava paste, cream cheese, sugar, and if you need it, a little bit of milk. Before we get ready, what we want to do is preheat the oven to 350 and get your area ready to assemble the quesitos. Just make sure you have a clean counter. Again, super easy. So I'm here in Belgium, and their cream cheese is a little bit different than ours. It's actually much softer than the one that you buy in the States. So I'm gonna skip the part of putting it in room temperature, but if you're in the States and you have the log of cream cheese, I would just let it out for a good half an hour to soften, but don't get it too soft because remember, it has to go into the oven. So we have the cream cheese in a medium bowl. We're gonna add some sugar, and then we're gonna mix it until the sugar is integrated to the cream cheese. And at this point, if it still feels a bit dry, add a little bit of milk so it can be more pliable. But again, you don't want to make it too runny because it's gonna melt more in the oven. So our cream cheese mix is ready and it smells delicious. I just love that smell of cream cheese. We're gonna put it in the fridge because right now it's a bit hot here in the kitchen because the oven has been preheating. And we are gonna get the guava paste ready for the quesitos. We wanna cut them into thin strips around 2 to 3 inches, 1/4 of an inch thick. You don't want to get too paper thin, but not too thick because they are going to be in the oven for a while. Now we're going to assemble the quesitos. So we have the puff pastry. The ones that I find here are great because they're already pre-cut 4 inches by 4 inches. You just want to make sure that they're square. 4-inch for me is best because it doesn't make the quesito huge, but it's up to you. So we're going to put it diamond shaped. We are going to add a spoonful of cheese. Let's not add too much because we don't want it to melt and then it gets all over the baking sheet. And then just add some guava. So now we're gonna bring these 2 sides to the middle like Xiomara taught me. Tuck it in. Then we're gonna roll it. And then we're just gonna extend it a little bit, not too much. Every puff pastry is a bit different, but we don't want it to get too thin because then it will burst. And then you see where the seam is. This is where you're gonna place it on the baking sheet. So we preheated the oven to 350. We have the quesitos ready. I only do 5 at a time, sadly, because my oven is much smaller here, but if you have a US size oven, you can probably get a dozen in there and a large baking tray. Now we're gonna let these guys bake for around 50 minutes. You want them nice and golden brown. And you might get a little bit of cheese and guava that seeps through. That's fine, just cut it off and it'll be just as delicious. Now we're gonna drizzle a little bit of honey and brush it on top of the quesitos. Give it that nice glaze. So this is how we make quesitos at Casa Dining Traveler. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or feedback, please share them in the comments. For now, I'm just gonna have my cafecito, indulge, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Adios.